Hi, so today we are going to be working with squash blossoms. These wonderful vegetal little blossoms that come on zucchini and summer squash, winter squash, and pumpkins. Most people, most cooks are used to working with zucchini blossoms, primarily just because they're so abundant, but also because they are fairly large. So the most common way to stuff these blossoms, and the most common method to cook them, is frying. Stuff them with some kind of cheese and herbs or meat or rice, whatever you want. Fold them over and then fry them in a batter, sometimes breaded. I also wanted to try, however, the method of just roasting them without so much oil, just a drizzle of oil on it. So I'm starting with the roasting, and we will take 8 of these and stuff them and roast them, and I'll take you through the process. I'm Dorothy, by the way, so let's get started. Okay, first off, we have to get the blossoms, and that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. They're very difficult to find in the grocery store, if at all. You might find them at farmers markets, or maybe you can talk your favorite vendor into bringing some for you. Most people will just get them from the zucchini plant. Now, when you harvest them, harvest in the morning, and this is a male zucchini blossom. Male being just the stem and not a squash on the end of it. I will show you a female, which is attached to the zucchini. All right, so this is a female. Now, you can stuff and cook either one, but most people will do the male for 2 reasons. The male is the pollinator, and if you leave the female there, you'll get zucchini. If you pick all the females, you won't get zucchini. You'll just have your blossoms, and then it'll be all over. So the other reason is there is an ovary inside of the, I'll get a smaller one. There's an ovary inside of the female, and some people don't like the taste of that. It's kind of a little lump, and some people love it. So I've heard cooks that swear that the only thing that you can stuff is the male, and then others not so much. So it's your preference. I'm going to be working with the males because they are just a little bit easier. They don't have the ovary there where you have to work around it. Okay, so I harvested these male zucchini, and they're very, very delicate. You want to put them in the refrigerator while you're making your filling. If you have a plastic breathable container that, like, strawberries come in or something, put a paper towel on the bottom of that, put them in the fridge, and then work with your filling. Okay, today we are going to do a filling made of Swiss chard, garlic, basil, and chili pepper. Okay, oh, and of course ricotta cheese. So I'm going to chop all this up, and I'm going to give it a quick saute in the skillet so that it's not so raw and that it will blend well with the cheese. All right, be right back. Okay, the oil is hot. I'm going to add my chopped spinach, my chopped basil, mint, garlic, and you want this softened up a bit. It doesn't take too long to cook it, just 5 minutes maybe, just so it's softened, and then we'll mix with the cheese too. Now, as soon as it gets softened, we're going to let it cool and press it between a couple of paper towels. Okay, so while the spinach mixture is cooling so that we can add it to the ricotta for the filling, we are going to clean the squash blossoms. So I am just going to put them all, I'm using 8 blossoms. I'm going to put them in a bowl of cool water. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just kind of, oops, well, there went the other 2. Just kind of squish them around and shake them so that any bugs or leaf matter or anything that might have fallen into them is out. And then we're going to set them aside. Lay them out on a towel. Shake them. Okay, and then we're going to open them up and very gently cut out the pistil that is inside. Okay, now we're going to mix the filling together and fill up the squash blossoms. This is the most intimidating part to me, only because they're so delicate. It just feels like you can really mess up. But once you do a couple, they just fall in line. Now the chard, the reason for the paper towels is to squeeze all the water out of it that you can. So this is completely cooled right now. And then we're going to add the ricotta to it, and the ricotta should be at room temperature. I'm going to mix that together. Remember, the chard has a little bit of spice in it and some garlic and some mint and some basil. We'll start with one that's almost open all the way. Now, I have seen people that blanch the blossoms by putting them in boiling water and then moving them to ice water. The petals are much more pliable then, but that was a little bit too much effort. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. So fill it up 3/4 of the way full, and then you can either take this and twist, which is what a lot of people do, and that seems to work pretty good. They're still wet from the wash. I'm going to lay that down there. The other way is to put the petals overlapping each other. Okay, so look at this nice big one. So we'll try this. Maybe the more that I get in there, the better I'm getting, I think. Okay, try it. It's kind of therapeutic, actually. All right, so we're gonna put all of these on a roasting pan, drizzle with a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper, and roast them for 10 minutes, all right? Okay, time for a taste test. They look really tender and wonderful. So, filled with goodness. That is really good. Now, I have a feeling my preference might be for the fried one with a more crispy crust, but these are delightful. They are very soft, and you really get the taste of the squash. So, guess what? I ran out of squash blossoms, so I can't do the comparison today. I will next week. I will pick some more blossoms and we'll fry them up and come back and look for that one, and we'll do a comparison at that point, okay? But today, these were roasted, low carb, filled with chard and ricotta and spices, and they're pretty darn good. See you later.